name's Hannah Sutherland and I'm representing East Cheshire. I'm standing for youth clubs. I feel that the youth clubs aren't advertised enough and that not many people know about them. I've also asked a few people about them and not many people know where their local youth club is, so I would try and get them more advertised. Also, a lot of people where I've asked around have told me that public transport, they would like that to be cheaper, and so I'd try and get that helped, I suppose. Maybe with a student card that gives you student fares all the time and you don't have to pay for that card or something like that. I want to represent youths of the East Cheshire area, but I also want to change the way that adults feel about them. So it's kind of like youths but adults in the community. I will change youth clubs and public transport by going to the youth clubs and giving them advertising ideas, for example fundraising, and that's kind of like an advertisement in itself, and other advertisement ideas like posters and things like that. Also with public transport, you'd have to talk to someone that's quite far up, like borough county councillors and county councillors. That's only a little bit about what I'm about, so vote for me if you want to hear more.
Hi, my name's Hayley and I'm from East Cheshire.
You have got a real presence in terms of when you turn up to somebody, you always ask, why are we doing this? What are we doing this for? And I've never really had to explain a lot of
Yeah, but I'm not scared of asking people questions or explaining my point of view.
What is it about when we had when you first heard about it, about the Youth Voice Residential, and you heard about it off Lee?
Yeah.
What was it? What part of Lee being NYP did you like?
Because he'd enjoyed it all and he'd met new people.
If you could make any changes, what sort of things do you think you could change, or would you like to change?
It annoys me about our youth centre.
Yeah.
Well, all youth centres around can only work with kids from 13 up to 18, and I don't think that's right, because what about the younger ones and stuff like that? Because you're meant to be doing it to stop people from getting into bad stuff and all that, and they start at a younger age as well. It's not just at our age.
So if you were going to target one age range, if you were going to do your bit with one group of people, would it be the people around immediately around where you live in your area, or would that go for everybody?
East Cheshire and around it, yeah.
So if you're on, because you know Hamforth really well, don't you? Because I know you do.
Yeah.
What about, how would you get to know what was going on in other areas? How do you think you could do that?
Go to their youth centres and on open nights and stuff like that.
So you do things to find out
what
they think, right?
And questionnaires and stuff.
Hi, I'm Jack and I'm here to represent East Cheshire. I'm here today to talk about why you should allow me to represent you and your views in the UK Youth Parliament. But why am I standing? I'm standing because this is what I enjoy. It does not faze me standing up in a room full of people and saying, no, young people don't want this, they prefer this. In fact, it would be moments like that that would make the job really worthwhile. I also know I have a lot to contribute to the Youth Parliament. I'm a member of my school council, so practicing conducting surveys on what young people think, presenting them to the people that matter, the people who can make changes happen. One such survey was how pupils at my school thought that the STEM badge could be improved. If I get elected, then I hope to duplicate this for all schools about how the Congleton and Macclesfield area could be improved for young people. And I promise you now that, if elected, I won't just disappear and follow my own policies. Your views will be instrumental all the way. I will visit schools and youth clubs and ask you what you think needs to be changed. Part of being an NYP is recognising that your own views must take a back seat. For example, I'm not a big fan of skating. However, if you wanted a big skate park, then I would fight to get you one. Forget what I think, I would just be there to bring your views into the spotlight. And I'm not afraid to say that I'm wrong. If I start a campaign and have young people say no, does not represent our views, I will stop it there and then. So one of the first things I would hope to do, aside from visiting schools and youth clubs, will be to create an efficient communication system with the internet so that you can put forward your ideas and suggestions whenever you want. Now, I could talk for hours and hours about the issues I would tackle with elected. I stress the I because, as I've said over and over again, it's not my views I will act upon, it will be yours. And I accept that there will be lots of issues that I will have to deal with, but I'm not afraid to put in hours and hours of extra work to get these issues dealt with. And I'm not for ripping out everything and starting from scratch, because I recognise that there are things that young people are happy with. Now, I've talked to lots of people, and one thing that they have liked was the unique history of this area. For example, if that be the Saxon crosses in Sandbach, or the famous bear in Congleton. Now I'm no Doctor Who, so I can't change the history from the past. However, if you vote for me, we can make a new history, one where young people have a voice, where they can be heard and their views acted upon. That will not be because of me, it will be because of you. So that's a little bit about me and what I stand for. So vote for me, you know it makes sense.
Hi, I'm John Foster from Eatonbank School, Congleton Borough. I'm standing for one reason, to make a difference, to change something for you. If I'm elected, I want to voice your opinions and your views, to voice your opinions on important matters. I want to tell people what you want. I want to address the matters you want addressing. I want to show people we're all different, with different interests, different views and different ideas. We've all got our own positives and our own negatives. People have their own prejudgments of each other. We judge each other on our size, our race and our age. We should only be judged on the people we are. If we were all the same, wouldn't life be boring? Thanks for watching and please vote for me.